Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the One Pot Wonder. Once again, we are in sessions 8 and we're into class 2. And welcome aboard this morning. Before we get started, I just want to make sure that everybody has in their bags. We're making roasted chicken. It's a roasted sheet pan chicken, and you'll have a recipe in your bag. And so you should have some chicken, carrots, potatoes, onions, some garlic, some oil, salt and pepper. We didn't put in the bags, so hopefully everyone has that. And then we have some Italian seasoning. So it's a very, very simple recipe, and it's just a matter of chopping everything up, putting your spices on, and popping it into your oven. And it'll take you approximately about an hour. You're going to want to monitor it though, just to make sure that your chicken isn't sticking, and you might want to flip your chicken throughout the process. But yeah, so that's, hopefully you'll really like this. It's kind of an offset to doing like a slow cooked stew kind of a thing. It doesn't have the sauce, but it's kind of a mixture of all together. So, and so before we get into the process and preparation, we'd like to say a great big thank you to our sponsors and our volunteers. So the CIP grant, which is a community initiative program, we're still working with them to provide this program, and a great big thank you to them with the grant that they offered us for this. And we also have the Food Center in Pincher Creek that have continued to partner with us and are very dedicated and very helpful. So a great big thank you. We have the Creekside Community Church that continues to offer a kitchen, and we have the co-op who diligently every week they're helping us with our bags. They put our orders together. They come and actually help us put stuff in the truck, which is wonderful. And we have many volunteers here that have been coming very regular, and a big, huge thank you to Pagani Child and Family Services, as they too have been very diligent with offering their staff to come and help, and they do everything that's needed. They come and help deliver, they do bags, they help with preparation, they do all the running around behind the scenes. So big, huge thank you to all our sponsors and support. So we're going to get started, and we'll do a little bit of prep, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we've done a little bit of pre-prep. We've cut up our carrots, and I've cut up the onions not into small pieces, but into like wedges. It just seems to, it just works better. I mean, you can cut them up smaller if you like. And then the carrots we've just done into bite-sized pieces as well. And as well as with the potatoes. We've put the potatoes into, again, bite-sized pieces. And it will cook faster when you do that. So if you keep them large, then you're going to have a little bit more cooking time. So we're going to just kind of put it all together. And initially we just need to put some oil in the bottom of our pan, which you should have in your bags. And then we're going to we'll put in maybe we'll put in our chicken first. And I always like to rinse the chicken off, just because it tends to just have from like the butchers, it gets a little bit, like from the knives and stuff, you just want to kind of clean it off a little bit. Sometimes it has the aftermath of still a little blood and stuff on it. So you want to try to just give it a nice little rinse. Doesn't have to be like hot water. Just use cold is plenty. And then just place your chicken in the pan, and then we're going to just put in some of the potatoes. I don't think we're going to need all of these potatoes, but just kind of place it in around your chicken. And then we're going to do the same with the carrots and the onions. And we're just going to put that, oops, I need a bigger cutting board. So we'll just place these around. And now another way that you could do this, just to make sure you're getting all your spices, is you can just take a bowl and put your carrots and your onions and your potatoes in it, put some oil through it, and like get it throughout all of your spices and everything to kind of cover your vegetables and your meat. But this way is just fine as well. We are going to just take this, you don't want to cover your chicken because we're going to put some extra oil and some spices, so we want to spice our chicken. It's such an easy recipe, and it's pretty good. So I usually just like to just drizzle a little extra oil, not a huge amount, but just enough to, and then we're going to just use, in your recipe it'll call for, it's about a teaspoon or so of your oregano or your Italian seasoning. I don't like to go too Italian, but yeah. And then you have actual garlic cloves, so you can cut those up and put it through. If you do have some garlic powder, you can just kind of sprinkle a little bit of that on there as well, if you like garlic. And yeah. And then we're just going to put some salt and pepper. And you could preheat your oven while you're doing your cutting. And you can, if you put it to about 350, 375. And then you're going to cook this for approximately 45 minutes minimum to an hour. But you'll know, and chicken doesn't take very long to cook. It's more the potatoes and the vegetables, and but just monitor it and make sure. You might have to stir it around a little bit so it doesn't burn on the bottom. So we're going to take this over to the stove. We're going to get it in, and we'll be back. So the creation of the pan chicken is complete, and so I had indicated to you that it was 325, 350 in there. It's actually, if you put your oven at about 425, which is what's on the recipe, so my bad. But it only took about 45 minutes, and I do recommend that you do just kind of scrape it around a little bit, because of course it's going to have, I mean, that's the whole idea of it, is to have some crispiness on the bottom, but just monitor that, okay? And so we are going to have some lunch. I hope you enjoy this recipe. I would really love to have your feedback. And bon appetit, and everybody stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.